Hey all, my name is Paul Borosky and I am the owner of Quality Business Plan. And what I'd like to do today is to show y'all or talk to y'all about how to write a dog park business plan. Specifically, the segment I'm going to drill down on today is going to be competitive advantages. So the way the video is going to play out is first and foremost going to go ahead and give you all a little bit of background about me, who I am, what I do, and why I do it. From that point, we're then going to talk about what is a competitive advantages, what is it, why is it important for a dog park business plan, and then I'll go ahead and toss you out all some examples of some competitive advantages. Once we're done with that, we'll wrap it up, sum it up, and call it a day. All right, so as promised, a little bit about me. Again, Paul Borosky, MBA, owner of Quality Business Plan. I am a professional writer, specifically a business plan writer. So if y'all do want a business plan written for you, for your dog park, be delighted to do so. Just pick up the phone, give me a call, send me a text, send me an email. Also, I am a professional author. I've published several books on Amazon in regards to business plan writing, as well as understanding financial statements. So check me out on there. And then finally, I am an adjunct professor and subject matter expert for both business and finance. So if your business plan is already done for your dog park, but you're struggling with those pesky little numbers, I'll be delighted to do your pro forma financial projection for you. All right, infomercial all's done. Let's talk about your dog park, specifically the competitive advantages for a dog park. So what is a competitive advantage? A lot of people believe that a competitive advantage for a company, especially even a dog park, is something that you do better than everybody else. And when you use that high of a threshold, it's really difficult to come up with really solid competitive advantages that you're not giving away your playbook. So a better question to ask yourself, or a definition to use for competitive advantages, is what is something that you do better than most of your competitors in your area? You don't have to do it the best, you just need to do it better than most. So that's the perspective, or that's the frame that I use when I'm writing my dog park business plans for clients. Is what do you do better than most people? So keep that in mind when you're writing your competitive advantages. It's what do you do better than most as compared to what do you do better than everybody. It's a lower threshold, and it gives you a lot more material to work with. Next is when you're doing your competitive advantages, keep it to about 2 or 3 competitive advantages and don't go bananas with the details. So for competitive advantages, 2 or 3 sentences per competitive advantage for 2 or 3 competitive advantages. That's enough information. Again, you don't want to give away your playbook, but you want to let the reader know that you do know what your competitive advantages are, and you can give them enough details for them to understand where they can say, you know what, yeah, this does make sense. Finally, when you do your competitive advantages, your number one competitive advantage should be listed first, and your second best competitive advantage should be second, and then your third best should be third. And when you're doing your competitive advantages, when you list them like that, make sure to provide more details for your first competitive advantage as compared to your second and third. So when you follow that structure, then the reader is going to say, you know what, this is understandable, it's clean, and it's easy to follow. All right, so finally, some examples of some competitive advantages for a dog park. Well, one competitive advantage is that you might offer complimentary services. All dog parks, you're going to have your equipment. The dogs are going to go out there and have a lot of fun. But there's a lot of dog parks, especially public dog parks, they don't have the other amenities such as dog treats or even people food. A lot of dog parks right now, they're actually bars, or they're actually restaurants, or they're actually cafes, masquerading as a dog park. So people come and they bring their pets, their dogs, and they're able to enjoy a nice little meal, some coffee, maybe an alcoholic beverage, while the dogs are out there playing. So that might be, so one competitive advantage is not only do you have the dog park, which is your main attraction, but you have these other complimentary services. Another competitive advantage for a dog park could be great location. You might have just a phenomenal location where it's on the way, to the grocery store or something like that, or whatever people, whatever is going to be a great location for a dog park. You might be on a major street. You might be on a very popular corner or intersection, and those can be some really great locations. Also, good locations could be a strip mall. So a lot of people, a lot of dog parks, they might go into a strip mall, and they're going to have interior and exterior. They'll have an outside playground, they'll have an inside playground too. And the strip mall is a great place to do it because, people can do their shopping while the dogs are playing, if that's a service you're going to be providing. But great location is definitely a competitive advantage. Next, a competitive advantage could also be strategic referral network. You might partner with dog sitters, or you might partner with dog daycares, and those are some really good. Also veterinarians as well. So those, you might have a real strong referral network, and that could be a competitive advantage as well. And if you don't, well, guess what? Go ahead and start working that, and then once you have it established, add it to your competitive advantages. And next, another example of a competitive advantage is that you might be doing multiple marketing channels. You might have a web page, you might do the social media marketing, you might do networking. So if you have multiple marketing channels that you are exploiting, well, a lot of the dog parks aren't going to be doing that. They might just post up a website and be done with it. So if you're doing multiple marketing channels, that can also be an excellent competitive advantage, and make sure to list that. And then finally, for competitive advantages, if you're a veteran, military experience, if you're a woman, or minority-owned company, all three of those have funding channels that a lot of people aren't going to qualify for. And, so your funding can actually be a competitive advantage because you're going to qualify for grants, or you might qualify for loans where other people are not. So keep that in mind as a competitive advantage. All right, so hopefully that information is helpful. So let's wrap it up and sum it up. So in summary, when you're doing your competitive advantages, the biggest thing I try to stress to my clients is you don't want to show all your cards. You want to give the reader an understanding of what you do and why something is a competitive advantage, but you don't want to give so many details where say, wow, you know what? My Uncle John, who has a cousin Mary, who has a nephew John, and that person's been wanting to start a dog park, and you just give me some great ideas for the competitive advantages, and you just give me the blueprint. So give them enough information, but not so much information. Next, when you're doing your competitive advantages, use a chart. A chart, smart art, is going to help you keep your information succinct. It's going to you're going to be able to give them enough information, but not too much information when you use a chart structure. And then finally, if you do need some help writing a dog park business plan, I would be delighted to help, whether it be for the competitive advantage section or just to write it in general. Of course, there is a fee for my services, but my services are available nonetheless. All right. So next, if you do want some more information on how to write a dog park business plan, visit my website, qualitybusinessplan.com/how to write a dog park business plan. If you do want a business plan template that includes a financial model, both of them are designed for a dog park business. Check out my dog park business plan template at qualitybusinessplan.com/dog park business plan template. And then finally, if you do need some help with a custom business plan, my prices page is right here. I've got several packages available for a dog park business. Check it out. All right, hopefully this information was helpful. As always, I go out, make a little bit of money, have a great day. Thank you.